Welcome to the video, guys. So in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is how to fix anterior pelvic tilt. Now this can be resulting from activities like sitting all day, which causes shortening of the muscle or constant tension. So these overactive muscles include the hip flexor complex, which is the TFL, rectus femoris, and psoas. And other muscles include erector spinae and even latissimus dorsi. So for underactive muscles, what we want to do is strengthen these muscles, and these include the hamstrings, the glutes or the gluteus maximus, and also the intrinsic core stabilizers. Some core stabilizers include the transversus abdominis, the multifidus, the pelvic floor muscles, and also the internal obliques. So essentially with the overactive muscles, what we want to do is use a foam roller, which is an SMR technique, to help loosen any tight muscles. Then we go to static stretches, which is where you hold it for 30 seconds just to activate that reflex so that that muscle just relaxes. So for the foam roller, what we're going to do is quadriceps first, then TFL, and then we'll work on the latissimus dorsi. And as for the static stretches, we want to do the kneeling hip flexor stretch, which is one of the most common. And as for the latissimus dorsi, we could do a static latissimus dorsi ball stretch. Okay, so there's going to be several strengthening exercises that we could do to help activate those underactive muscles. And these would include activities like plank, stomach vacuums. We can also do ball wall squats and also the quadrupled arm opposite leg raise. So first we're going to do the quads. And what that is from the pelvis down to here is where the femoris or rectus femoris is located. So I usually start at the top, and then I lean my hip to that side. So I'm working the right side right now. You want to find a part of the muscle that hurts a lot, and you want to hold that area for 30 seconds. The next area we're going to locate is the TFLs. And first we want to start at the ASIS, which is the anterior superior iliac spine. So it would be this portion right here. Then you want to find the greater trochanter, which is the big hip bone. Then you want to find the area in between that, and that's where the TFL is located. Again, leaning your hips, and the same thing, you want to hold it for 30 seconds to stimulate that relaxation reflex. Alright, the next one we're going to be doing is for the lats. So the area you want to target is right here, right behind the armpit. It connects to the humerus right here, right to the arm. So this is me leaning in straight, and now I lean back a little bit and I target that area. You should find area that's tight. So right here, and you want to hold it for 30 seconds. Now what we're going to do is the static stretches. So the first one, the kneeling hip flexor stretch. You want to keep this knee in line with this toe. You want to keep the back leg not in line with the spine, but slightly back. And you can put your hands right on your hips. And to get more of a stretch, you could turn this back foot slightly in, so internally rotate it, and you put your hands up and push in that stomach. Tuck in your belly button to your spine. Now we're going to do a latch stretch with a stability ball. You can also do this with a table if you have one at home. You want to keep your back straight. You could keep your thumb up, but if it's too painful, you could put it down. This one you tuck in your stomach or your belly button to your spine. Once you feel the stretch, you can start to move your hips to the right a little bit, because I'm working the left side of my lats. So you shift your hips to the right a little bit. So now we're moving on to the strengthening exercises. First one we're going to do is planks. Now there's several ways you could do this if you want to keep it simple. Put out your arms like this, and then tuck in your belly button to your spine again. And then engage your glutes. And then also, your toes right here, push it into the ground. Remember to breathe throughout the exercise. If you want to make it harder, you could do marches. You go like this. Next one is stomach vacuums. Now what this works out is the transversus abdominis. So with this one, you want to blow out the air all the way. But first, actually before you blow out all the air, take a deep breath in. Breathe out all the air. So when you blow out all the air, the diaphragm goes up higher to compress all the air out of your lungs. Then you have more room to suck in. So I will show you right here. So I'll blow out. Oh, actually I'll breathe in. Blow out. Suck in. And by sucking in, I don't mean like breathing in air. You're still holding your breath. You exhale and then you hold. You're not breathing in. You're just sucking your stomach in. It's one of my favorites. So here's another good one to activate your core and especially your glutes too. So this is called a quadrupled arm opposite leg raise. You're gonna keep your legs about shoulder width apart, but you don't want it together. You want it a little bit apart. I stay in line with your shoulders. Then you want to put your hand, thumb up, that's why it's called the opposite leg raise. The opposite side moves up. So you just kick back. Kick back. See, like this? Have it in line. At the top, squeeze your glutes, you'll feel it. Squeeze it right here, at the top of the movement. All right, ball wall squats. So we want to keep our legs shoulder width apart. Then we want to point our toes forward. And as for the knees, we want it to be in line with the second and third toes. And this one, we don't want it to pass the toes. And essentially, ball wall squat, stability ball, you just push it up against the wall on your middle back. Alright guys, that wraps up the video. So for this to work, it's not gonna happen all at once. As in, like, as soon as you do all these exercises, it's not gonna fix it automatically. I would say do it for at least a month, but honestly, like, you should extend upon that. But just give it a month for it to start working. The stomach vacuum should work, like, within a week you'll see, like, how much of a difference your anterior pelvic tilt will be. But I say still do everything and work with what you have. Thanks for watching the video. Together we could become our healthiest versions. Peace!